Yesterday, we traced how smoke from a single puff races into your bloodstream in seconds. Hundreds of chemicals invade your body almost instantly. But the first and fiercest battle happens in your lungs, the gateway between the outside world and your inner world. Your lungs aren't just empty bags. They're complex, delicate organs designed to bring in oxygen and expel carbon dioxide. Every breath, about 20,000 a day, offers life-giving oxygen, or with smoke a chance for harm. Today, we'll look inside your lungs at the microscopic level to see what happens when smoke enters this fragile environment. The damage begins silently. There are no pain receptors deep in your lungs to warn you. Harm accumulates breath by breath, often for years, before symptoms appear. Understanding this process reveals the true cost of smoking. We'll journey deep into your lungs to see how smoke disrupts the essential function of oxygen exchange. We'll witness how your body's defenses become overwhelmed by constant chemical attack. This is the second part of our series on the real impact of smoking. If you missed the first part, go back and see how these chemicals first enter your system. Now, let's dive into the lungs. The real story of damage begins here. Picture your lungs as branching trees, with airways splitting into smaller bronchioles ending in clusters of microscopic balloons. The alveoli. You have about 300 million alveoli, each just one cell thick, wrapped in a fine mesh of capillaries. This ultra-thin barrier allows oxygen to pass from air to blood, and carbon dioxide to exit. If you flattened all your alveoli, they'd cover a tennis court, providing the surface area needed to fuel every cell in your body. The system is a marvel. Powerful, efficient, and incredibly delicate. Every breath powers your muscles, brain, and organs. But this same delicacy makes your lungs vulnerable. When anything but clean air enters, the consequences can be devastating. The thin walls and vast surface area that make gas exchange possible also make your lungs easy targets for toxins. This is where smoke begins its attack. The story of damage starts at the alveoli. Let's see what happens next. Inhaling smoke forces a toxic mix of chemicals and tar deep into your lungs, right to the alveoli. These irritants trigger inflammation in the thin walls of your air sacs. Your immune system responds, swelling and thickening the alveoli walls, like a sprained ankle, but on a massive scale. This swelling increases the distance oxygen must travel, making gas exchange less efficient. With each cigarette, inflammation becomes chronic, leading to scarring. Scarred tissue is stiff and can't function like healthy lung tissue. Less oxygen reaches your bloodstream, starving your organs of what they need. Over years, the damage becomes permanent. Alveoli walls break down and collapse. Instead of millions of tiny sacs, you're left with large, useless air pockets, a hallmark of emphysema. Destroyed air sacs never regrow. The surface area for gas exchange shrinks, and this loss is irreversible. You may not notice at first, but the suffocation is slow and relentless. Each breath delivers less oxygen, and the damage adds up. This is how smoking silently erodes your ability to breathe. The process is gradual, but the consequences are permanent. Your lungs have a built-in cleaning system, millions of tiny cilia lining your airways. These hair-like structures sweep mucus and trap debris upward, keeping your lungs clear. Cigarette smoke paralyzes and destroys cilia, stopping this self-cleaning process. Mucus thickens, and toxins linger, creating a breeding ground for bacteria. With cilia out of action, your body resorts to coughing to clear the airways. This is the infamous smoker's cough, especially strong in the morning, when cilia try to recover overnight. The cough is your body's desperate attempt to expel a night's worth of buildup. Without functioning cilia, infections like bronchitis and pneumonia become more likely. The lungs' natural defenses are down, and the damage accelerates. What was once a protective system is now overwhelmed. The result, chronic cough, infections, and more damage with every puff. Paralyzed cilia and toxic mucus trigger constant irritation and chronic inflammation in your lungs. The immune system sends white blood cells to fight, but their enzymes start breaking down healthy lung tissue. Elastic fibers are destroyed, making lungs stiff and less efficient. This destruction happens silently, often for years, while your body compensates. You might feel fine at rest, but the damage is building. The first warning sign is usually shortness of breath during exertion. Many dismiss it as aging or being out of shape, but it's actually lung reserve running out. When your lungs can't keep up, the silent damage becomes impossible to ignore. The process is insidious, and by the time symptoms appear, much harm is already done. The slow nature of lung damage makes smoking deceptively dangerous. People feel fine for years, but eventually, the body's ability to compensate fails. Shortness of breath appears with even light activity. The smoker's cough becomes constant. This is the tipping point, when silent damage becomes chronic disease. Years of inflammation and destruction lead to chronic bronchitis and emphysema, together known as COPD. By the time most seek help, over half their lung function may be gone, and the damage is largely irreversible. Quitting smoking slows further decline but can't restore lost lung tissue. Life becomes a struggle for breath. Even simple tasks are exhausting. Many with advanced COPD rely on supplemental oxygen just to get by. It all starts with a single puff and years of silent, incremental damage. The freedom to breathe is lost, one breath at a time. Smoking's damage doesn't stop at the lungs, it strains your entire body. The lungs and heart work as a team. Lungs supply oxygen, the heart pumps it everywhere. Damaged lungs mean less oxygen, so the heart works harder, pumping faster and under more pressure. This constant strain can enlarge and weaken the heart, raising the risk of heart failure and heart attacks. Lung and heart health are inseparable. Damage to one harms the other. Every cigarette is an assault on both systems. We've seen how smoke attacks the alveoli, paralyzes cleaning systems, and causes silent, progressive damage. The consequences ripple outward, putting immense pressure on your heart. In our next episode, we'll explore how smoking leads to cardiovascular disease. Follow along to learn more.